What's poppin', JC Squad? It is your girl Jalen, and I am back with another YouTube video. So, for today's YouTube video, I'll be showing you guys eight eight different ways to style your box braids. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, let me just show y'all what materials y'all might need if y'all choose. This is optional, a toothbrush and any kind of edge gel or any gel you use for your edges or anything, you know. Some rubber bands, use scrunchies. I know this one broke, but it's kind of good because it's good for holding all these box braids, like when you want it back in a ponytail and you don't want to move it around everywhere. So yeah, let's start styling. So I'm back, JC Squad. So for this first style, we are just going to be doing a pulled back style, taking that first row and just pulling everything to the back, tying just that part in a scrunchie and letting everything else hang down, and that's it. So for the second style, we'll be doing the same concept but using the first, I would say, first and second row, I guess, and just twisting them together on each side and then pulling them to the back. I forgot to bring my clips with me to do this video, so I will be using my mouth to hold the braid or the twist. Well, the hair. Same difference. Pulling them to the back, tying that with a scrunchie, and that's all. For the third style, we will be doing an updo ponytail, pulling everything up to the front. So because my scrunchie is broken, I'll be using two braids to cover that scrunchie by wrapping it around to act as if I was using that as a scrunchie. And that's it. Well, actually, no. For this style, I decided to do my edges using Eco Styler and my toothbrush, spraying the toothbrush with water, dipping it in the Eco Styler, and doing my edges. So it was hard to see what I was doing in the camera, so I had to bring up my mirror, and that's all. For the fourth style, leaving that updo, just taking down the two braids that I used to cover the scrunchie and making a top bun. Making sure everything is even so it looks as though I used what's those things called, a bun mold or something like that, or a bun stocking. If you want a perfect bun though, you can use that, but I just choose not to because I don't want to. I choose to do my hands because I don't really pull my hair up that much. So that's it for this style. For the fifth style, using that same concept, just pulling everything to the side, doing that same method with the covering the rubber band, well, the scrunchie, and just doing like a 90s look and pulling everything to the side. So for style number 6, keeping that same ponytail, I'll be doing kind of like a French braid. I don't know what they call this, but taking two equal sections on each side and pulling it to the bottom and then securing it with a rubber band. So again, try to choose equal sides on both sides so that it can come out neat and even. I would call it like a waterfall effect. I'm not sure, but yeah. Let's do that going all the way down. And then when you get to the end, just braid it going all the way down, securing it with a rubber band at the end, and then stretching it out so that it can look bigger and more full. And that's all. I would also, that's how the back looks, but I would also like put some jewels on it to dress it up and whatever. So for this 7th style, we'll be doing 2 ponytails, taking out 2 braids in the front because I just think that looks cute, and parting my hair down the middle, bringing one side up, and also doing the same to the other. So whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. I tried to do 2 braids, but 2 braids look too bulky. So I just took 1 braid and wrapped it around to cover the scrunchie, just as well as I did with the high ponytail. Doing that to both sides. And then just taking out those 2 braids, and that's it. I had got confused, but for this 8th style, I will be keeping those 2 ponytails, but creating buns with both sides, like space buns. Doing that to both sides, and that's all. If you want, you don't have to have the 2 pieces in the front, but I just choose to because I think that it just completes the style, making it look better. So for this 9th style, it's just 2 cornrows going back. Keep in mind that you can use jewels for any of the styles, but I just chose not to because it was a back-to-back thing and I didn't feel like dealing with having to put the jewels in and taking them out and all that other stuff. I have no clue why it knotted up right here, but just braid going all the way down to the tip. Well, not to the tip, until you can't braid no more, I guess. If your braids are even, then you'll be fine. But because my braids weren't that even, I had to take an extra step at the end. So braiding as far down as I can go. And this one braid was just, I don't understand why it was so long. So I just secured it with a rubber band and then wrapped that long braid around the rubber band to cover it and act like a little ponytail. I guess you could call it that. So yet again, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other, and that's how it looks. So for the final and 10th style, we will be doing the halo crown braid, but with the box braids. So sectioning your hair off so that it goes all around. Picking up 3 box braids, starting with 3 box braids in the back. And just keep braiding until you get all the way around. It can be quite difficult having to braid upward. It takes some getting used to because I know I had to start over about 1 or 2 times. Well, 2 to 3 times actually. But I got the hang of it. So this part I did not crop to make it smaller or shorter so that you guys can see what I was doing and how I was doing it. Making sure to fill any gaps that I felt. You just take it and you want to wrap it and try to make it blend in as much as you can. So what I did was I overlapped the back and then I just tucked in the rest into the braid. Well, try to. You can use bobby pins if you'd like, if your braid is not staying, but mine's ended up staying, so I did not need any. Well, that is all. Hope you guys enjoyed JC Squad for Life.